your body sleeping in my bed.
Hello.
It's the remix. Remix.
Okay, boss. Young D.
So our judges will be giving you some words. So let's go.
All right. Good evening. I'm very opportuned because in the past 8 days I've been a competitor and a judge. So it's opened my eyes to things that I'd never been in Islam in my life. So I totally understand some of the things I never understood before. How difficult it is and how you're trying to bring a message across. Each and every one of you, I'll just say this now, you are a voice. This is like maybe the 9th Islam I've judged, and this is one of the highest in terms of quality. You guys are really amazing. And I want to tell you, no matter who wins or loses, because, it's subjective. You can win or lose on any particular day. But the most important thing is you are a voice. So you mustn't leave here thinking less. Whatever happens, we must continue hearing each and every one of you, because you're all a unique fingerprint. So that's all I have to say. You guys are winners. Nice one.
I accept totally with what Topedo has said. You're all very, very good. But I have some points I jotted down on every one of you on stage here. For Igor Clement, I noticed you have a very good voice. You have a very good understanding of poetry. Clement, that's you, right? You have a very good understanding of poetry. You have good elocution, but you should watch your THs. The word THING is not thin. It is what? Thin. Your pronunciation has to be good. Poetry is about sounds, and if you miss your pronunciation on stage, if you miss your elocution, you miss it all. You understand? Poetry is about sounds. Take note of that. For Kolawole Omolara, you remind me of Donna Kay, the girl in red. Yeah. You remind me of Donna Kay. You should find Donna. You remind me of her. And also, I like your expressive abilities. Your voice carries messages. Poetry is about emotion. It's not just about the words that you say on stage. The tone of your voice should depict the things that you say. And you had that quality on stage here today. Well done. I'll go to Bangkok. I like your fusion of poetry and drama. There's a new trend of performance going on today. It's called performance poetry. That's what I teach at TFL, Teenage Festival of Life. And I like how you display with your body the things that you say. It puts life on stage when you perform. That's good. Okay. And for Samurai, you're good. You are a threat on this stage as far as War of Words 8, right? 4 is concerned. But you have a problem you should watch out for. You have elocution problems. Your words are not coming out well. You're chewing your end syllables. It's like you're in a hurry to end your sentences. On stage, you should learn to romanticize your words. Because poetry is about the words. We are here, we're not running anywhere. If there's anything you want to say, if there's a word you want to pronounce on stage, pronounce it well. Let us hear every single syllable of that word. And you have a problem with your H's. We call it H factor. The word H-E-A-V-Y is not A-V. It is what? H factor. The word H-O-U-S-E is not house. It is house. You may not get it right today, but after today, take time to work on that. It will improve your performance. Well done to you all.
All right, quick one. For Clement,
I like the way you fuse some new words into my ears. Like they said, I think you should be an ambassador for something. This one that every girl is cheering for you. Yeah, you have the looks, you have it going. Your voice is nice. A very nice voice. So I'm thinking you should up something. Maybe one little thing, a notch. And then I'm thinking you'll be there with some of those people who we are thinking can actually be the most outstanding ones today. You're good. And I'm hoping you can add something to it. That's it. Now for Olalekan, I wrote something here. I said, avoid forcing the rhymes and stop choking on your words. Don't force the rhymes. I am one of those guys who love page poetry. And I'm always very keen to listen to those rhyme schemes. It's not necessary if you must rhyme tight. We get Oga with the rhyme. Have you heard him? You've heard him, right? You see that every word he brings in has a definite meaning. He's not just using it just because he wants to use it. There's a purpose. So when I hear two words which you think rhymes but doesn't fit into what your theme is, I know it's forced. And then we go to Kolawole Omolara. I wrote something here. You have a lovely voice, but make your lines seem effortless. Sometimes it seems like you're struggling with it. You're the one who has brought the most emotion to the stage. Every other person has been performing, yeah, right. But you have all the emotion attached, especially with that second piece. So, keep it up. Lovely voice. Just make it seem as if you're not fighting. Huh? All right? Promise. Where's Promise? Yes. Promise, take your time. You have them already in you. Just let it come out. Okay, just let it come out. Just take your time, easy. And it will flow. It will flow. Just take it easy. I'm sure by the next round, if you make it to the next round, you'll be better. All right, Nancy. Nancy, apologies are not needed when you make a mistake. It doesn't concern anybody. Hello? Who cares? As in, when you make a mistake, move on. In fact, did they write the piece with you? They don't even know if you made a mistake. Hello? Just go, move on. Then, for your pronunciation, you're an Igbo girl, Benga or Sufisant. Yes, I'll be looking out to hear some of those things, yeah? So, pronounce properly, and then lose the too much story to your poem. It's a poem. It's not a plenty fiction book. All right? For Bankole, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen a lot of performers like you, and I don't want you to walk into somebody else's shoe. You are not Graciano. You are not Graciano. You are yourself. I think you're wonderful, but because I know Graciano, I don't want to keep seeing Graciano in you. There's something I think is unique about you that you have not brought out. I mean, you have just showed us that from the first round, you're a different guy from the second round. I'm hoping you'll be a different guy in the third round. Okay? And then it's not birds of the feather. It's birds of what? Okay, so please. And then know when to end your piece. If it's brief and you leave, they will love you forever. Okay? Who do I have here? Neo Flow. The pause between your lines, make it seem like you forget your lines. You need to own your piece. Tell us it is your own. There's a way you pause, it makes me feel like, oh, she's searching for something. You need to own your line. And Samurai, I just gave you 10 and 10 and 10. I said what I was going to say, but I like the way you deliver. You have this fever that gets to me. Okay, and then for Paul Words. You're so lyrical. Well done.
I'd like to say that everyone that presented today, I feel very excited by what I hear. And I think that there is tremendous hope in the country, if we could hear your voices loud and clear. I might not be able to remember each person by name. I'll just probably describe you and tell you what I saw. I'd first of all like to say generally, and I think the other judges have touched on it, I felt that in some cases, in terms of elocution, I felt that in terms of your diction, in terms of, and for some people, just swallowing words, I think those were certain issues. But I'd take some people that I like. The person in red, I can't remember, the lady in red, Molara, I scored you least of all the judges. Not because you weren't great. In fact, your poem was touchy. It was really good. But you rushed through it. You didn't allow us to kind of like roll over the emotions that you were creating. It's a wonderful poem. It's a poem that has such potential. If you kind of like, how do I call it now? If you present it with all the emotion that's supposed to go along with it. So if you do get into the third round and you have any of those emotional poems, I'd expect to see, I'd expect to see that demonstrated. I'd like to say for the gentleman in orange and all that, probably because I also I'm in love with the theater, so I did love the enmeshments of the theater with the poetry. But you do also, from my point of view, I think you need to watch your pronunciation of words, there. For the man in yellow, I think that, sometimes some of your ideas or some of your words were swallowed. So you do need to let us be able to kind of like savor the words of you understand, so that we can go, you're creating, with the poetry, you're creating an emotion, you're creating a climate. So I'd like to see that. I think for Neo-Flow, yes. So you had a very good poem and you gave up. I think you shouldn't. When you go on stage, there should be a boldness that comes with it. Who says you can't forget? It's not about your remembering every line. It's your delivery of the line. You understand? And you could be creative, actually. Just like he had said, no one knows what you came to deliver. So in the tweak of a moment or whatever, you could just have kind of like just put it together. I think the gentleman in white, I love that poem. So the SOS, so I'm number one contender for the everyone else. Thank you very much.
Okay.